So yesterday we had discussed with friend function and the friend classes, and also I had shared about what is an destructor. So let's revise it within 5 minutes, and then we will move ahead. Mm, Okay, roll number 272 is there. Okay, 270.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Listen, I told you before also, when I'm taking your roll numbers, if your roll number is there in the list, fine. And if you are not there responding, I will mark you as an absent. So all of you have to consider this thing, fine. Okay, 270. Can you
Yes, ma'am.
elaborate on constructor and destructor, beta?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, constructor is a member function of a class, and destructor is a implicit member in a class. And
Oh,
in constructor and destructor in both, return there is no return type, and in constructor there is no use of Java language. Mm, in
okay,
destructor,
okay,
okay.
okay, good, good. Roll number 67. Just let me note down the numbers. Next 66 is there. Not responding. Okay. 64. Roll number 264. Very good. Okay. Roll number 263.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Can you tell me how we can differentiate between a constructor and the destructor?
Oh, ma'am, by the definition, like,
Just tell
uh,
me within one line how we can differentiate it.
while defining a destructor, we have to use the character, ma'am, that character followed by the class name.
What is that character?
Uh, and I don't know its name.
You were there yesterday?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 260. 260 is there.
Yes, ma'am.
And when I'm asking you the questions, now just switch on your videos, all of you, so that I can see you also. Roll number 260.
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm.
Ma'am, before declaring the destructor, we have to give tilde sign that we are not giving in constructor.
Very good. Okay. So this is what we are differentiating between a constructor and the destructor. Okay. Constructor is going to allocate a memory to the object, and destructor is going to deallocate a memory which is allocated for that particular object. Fine. What is friend function? Roll number 259.
Yes, ma'am.
What is friend function?
By using friend
Switch
function, we
on your
can
video.
access the
Switch on your
member function.
video. Excuse me, dear. Switch on your video. I'm giving the instructions only one, and if you're not following it, then I will take the decision on my own. Fine. Switch on the video, unmute yourself, and then talk. 259. Yes.
Yes,
What
ma'am.
is friend function?
With the using by using friend function, we can access the member functions which are present in classes.
No, beta. 258. 58. 258.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. What is friend function?
And these are the functions which have the right to access the private data members of the class.
Very good, very good. So 59, listen, what is friend function? We can access the private and protected data of the class, maybe of the same class or it may be of the different class. Okay, that is a friend function. Okay, and so let's move ahead. Now you can switch off your video beta to 58. Now let's move ahead with the next part, which is the last part of this first unit, that is static keyword, where we can use the static keyword, what is the use of static keyword and all. Fine. So let's move ahead. I'll just share my PPT. I have shared with the document. You all can see it. Fine. So in this PPT only, at the last, you can see the concept of static and constant I have added. So destructor we had seen yesterday. I told you what destructor does. Fine. It will deallocate the memory. Now, the new concept, that is one of the concept in your feature of your C++, that is object oriented programming, is data abstraction. Fine. Now, what is data abstraction? Basically, data abstraction is separating the design details from the usages. That means the important details are getting hidden from the outside user or from the outside class. Fine. So where this is reflected in our coding, or where this is reflected in our object oriented programming. So abstraction is basically can be reflected through your classes. Fine. A structure of the class you are writing, so that is nothing but an abstraction. You are making some part as in private, that means you are hiding the important data, and you are making some part as in public, that means which is not an important, that you are showcasing it off. So this is nothing but what we are talking about, data abstraction. So the question is, can I say that class is an abstract data type? So the answer is yes, I can say class is an abstract data type because it separates the logical properties from the implementation details. Here, information hiding is getting implemented in the class, and that's why class is nothing but an example of abstraction, and class is itself called as an abstract data type. Now, you all have studied about your structure in C. Right? So, if you can see, the way of declaring or defining a structure is very much similar to your way of writing a class. Fine. But there are certain differences in between these. When you talk about a class, how you write a class, you use a keyword class for writing it, and then in front of that, you used to write the name of the class. And then class is encapsulated with the data members and the member functions. Fine. So what happens with this? What happens? You're hiding some of the details in the class. Important details are not getting shown to the other classes. Fine. So here indirectly I'm saying that abstraction or information hiding is occurring when I'm talking with respect to classes or the object oriented programming. One more thing we all have discussed in the first class only, that by default, the data members of the classes are private. If you're not specifying the visibility, it will become a private. But what if I'm working with a structure? Is it the same in case of structure? No. In structure, by default, the data members visibility is public. Fine. So that is one difference between your structure and the classes. That by default, the members of the structure are public, and in object oriented, in C++, I'm specifying it. Fine. Object oriented using C++, classes are having private as in default visibility. When we move ahead to our object oriented language using Java, in that case, I'll be saying that the default visibility of your data members in the Java is public. So this is what we are talking with respect to the visibility in case of structure, classes, and classes in C++ and the Java. So this is one of the difference between your structure and class. The way of writing is same. Fine. The way of declaring a variable is same for your structure and the class. Is it okay? But they are differ in their visibility. Next, in C++, the definition of the structure was expanded to include the member functions, constructor, and the destructors. Like you might be having a question that, ma'am, we are writing a class in C++, but can I write a structure in C++? So yes, you can write a structure in C++. Structure is also available in C++. You can write. Very much similarly, जैसे आप class लिखते हो, class is a collection of data members and the member functions. So that class keyword can be replaced by the struct. Is it okay? So you can write a structure in C++, including data members, member functions, constructor, destructor, whatever. Find static variables, static member functions, everything. If all the member variables of a class are public, then there are no member functions. Fine. So in that case, we can use an struct. See what you can. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला कि class is a data type, abstract data type. But by default, if you're not specifying a data member's visibility, it will become a private. Fine. And if you are specifying it, अगर आपने सारे data members को public बोल दिया, so can I say that class is a structure? So the answer is yes. When I am defining all the data members of a class, all the member functions of a class in a public section, I will say that is nothing but a structure. It is assuming, you can assume it as an structure also, because the reason is structure is having by default the variables of the structure are public, so I can say in that case my class can be a structure. Okay, so we were just talking about the information hiding. That is an information hiding. मैंने private जब data को बोला है, that is nothing but I'm just abstracting my data to move ahead to look onto by the another classes or the main function. So this is hiding of my data by using the private and protected keyword. Regarding the header files, I might have discussed in one of the lecture. जब आप header files बनाते हो, can you create your own header file? Yes, we can create our own header file. I can write a part of code and I can save it with the help of .h. So when I'm saving it with the help of .h, it becomes my header file. When I'm saving it, when the part of the code I'm saving it with the help of .cpp extension, it is named as an implementation file. Okay, so there are two types of files that we can work with. I can just create my code. I will just save it with .cpp. CPP in the sense C++. Okay, .c means your C code. So I will just save it with the help of CPP. Once I will execute it, the control will pass to the CPP compiler and it will execute your code. Compile and execute. What do you mean that when I'm writing a part of code and I'm saving it with the help of .h extension? So when I'm saving it with the help of .h extension, what happens? That file will be saved as an header file. So compiler knows that when this file is having an extension .h, this file is going to get included as an header inside another application code. Isn't it? So this is already known by the compiler with the help of the extensions, type of the extensions which we are providing to our code. And with the help of include, आप लिखते हो ना ऊपर hash include and then the your class name or file name, so that can be included. Is it okay? So include is again a identifier. It's a keyword. Okay, so these are nothing but the simple things that we know about how many types of files we can create it. One more thing, आप header file create कर सकते हो with the help of .h. You are creating your implementation or execution file with the help of .cpp. There is one more file which may be created when you are, your code is going to get compiled. So .obj file will also get created. It is an object file, and after the execution, it will be a .exe file. Is it okay? So these are the extensions which are provided and which are for the understanding to the compiler that which type of file it is and how it will be executed. Agar .cpp hai, so it will, the control will pass to the compiler will just execute it. If it is .h, that means it cannot be executed directly. आप इसको दूसरे इसमें include कर सकते हो and you can use that file number of times in different application code. Is it okay? So this is with respect to the compiler's understanding. Now let's move ahead with the next topic, that is a static member. What I mean to say about static. Now there are two keywords. One is static, one is constant. Can anyone tell me what is the meaning of static? A generic meaning of static?
And it stores the value.
Stores the value. Okay.
And there can be only one instance.
Sorry, there can be only one
Instance means it can only be
instance.
one.
Okay. There are two
Changing.
things. Changing. Okay. There are two things, right? One is static, one is constant. One is static, one is constant. If I'm having two keywords, so can you differentiate in between these two keywords? Okay, I will tell you. When I will talk about a static, what about that static? Is it a type qualifier of the variable? Is it going to define the type of the value? No. Static is related to your storage allocation. Fine. That means which type of storage will be allocated for that particular variable. We say that static int a is this is a variable of integer type and it is static. You know the definition that whatever value you are going to assign to the static, it cannot be changed. Once it is updated, of course, that value will be, reflected in throughout your code. So this definitions you all know, but how it will, internally it will work. So when I'll talk about a static, I mean to say it is related to the storage allocation for that particular variable. That means whatever the storage is allocated for that particular variable, that allocation is static to that variable. Isn't it? That allocation cannot be taken by the another variable. So this is what I'm talking about. I'm relating that static keyword with the memory allocation for that particular variable, or it may be for the function. Where I'm using that static, it depends. अगर मैंने static keyword variable के पास use किया है, so it will talk about the allocation, storage allocation of variable. If I'll talk about, or if I'll apply the static in front of my function, I will say that function is static. That means its memory is static. Let's move ahead with the next one. I'm having another keyword, constant. Now, yes, the meaning of constant is whatever value you are assigning, you cannot change that value. So I can say that constant is nothing but a type qualifier for my variable. It will tell me that the value of a variable will be constant throughout the code. It cannot be changed. So this is a normal difference between static and the constant. आप just static लिखते हो, of course आप उसका value change नहीं कर सकते. But why you cannot change? We are relating this with the storage. Fine, don't get confused between static and the constant. Both are not same. And constant you are saying as a type qualifier for that particular variable. The value of the variable cannot be changed. And static means storage allocation is static. So जो value आप store कर रहे हो वो उस location में जाके store कर रहे हो, and hence the location cannot be changed and hence the value cannot be changed. Fine. So this is what we are talking about, static and constant. And if I'm using the keyword like static, constant, int, a, semicolon, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that, it does mean that like integer a is a variable which is of type constant. That means type आया, so I cannot change the value. And when I had preceded that with the static, again, I cannot modify the allocation. Is it okay? So allocation of that variable is again a static with respect to memory. So this is what I am talking about, the static and the constant keyword. Now, when we talk about the static, I will just show you with the help of an code, because there are certain rules that we need to follow. If I'm defining or declaring a variable as a static, it need to be explicitly defined outside my class. The static variable which is declared in the class must be defined outside the class with the help of scope resolution operator and the class name. Is it okay? So this is what we need to follow. This is compulsory when we are declaring the static variable and where we need to define it. Another most important thing is who can access the static variable. So static member function can only access the static member variable. This is the second rule that we need to keep in mind. First rule was we can declare the static variable inside the class, but it must be defined outside the class with the help of class name and scope resolution operator. You can see here I have written a syntax, that is data type, class name, scope resolution, name of your static variable equals to value. And second rule is static member can be only accessed by the static member function. So this is with respect to static keyword. I told you constant means type qualifier. Whatever value can be declared inside a class, but it must be defined outside the class. How we can define the static variable outside the class? Syntax is data type, space, class name, scope resolution, name of your variable equals to the value semicolon. So, what is the data type of this y? Integer. So, if I wanted to define the value, how I can define? Int A is a class name, scope resolution, name of my variable equals to 20. You all can write this syntax in your copy first, and once you are done, just let me know. Write this syntax, and once you are done, just let me know. Write this syntax for defining the static variable outside the class, and this is the rule. It should be defined, it must be defined outside the class. Done. It should be written into your copy when you are coming physically. No, I'm going to check your copies, all of you. Let me know if you're done with it.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. So according to the syntax, I'm writing data type, class name, scope resolution, these two variables I'm just defining with some values. Now, again, a class is having another variable, which is a normal variable. It is not a static one. I'm taking a one function, increment y, which is for incrementing the value of y with 1. Another function is there, print. It is just going to print the value of x, y, and z. and one constructor I am having. You can see here default constructor, but this default constructor can only initialize the normal member of the class. Constructor cannot initialize the static member. Static member can be only accessed by the static member function, and static member can be defined only with the help of scope resolution operator outside the class. Static member cannot be accessed by any member function. Hence, constructor doesn't have a right to access or initialize the static data member. Any doubt in this? Constructor cannot initialize the static data member. Static data members can be only accessed by the static member functions. That's it. Any doubt with in this? You cannot modify the value. आप modify और initialize नहीं कर सकते. Next. So what I'm doing here, you can see simple a code is there, obj1, then I'm giving call to print. तो आपने print को जब call दिया, what is the value of x and y, 10 and 20, and z का value कितना है 30. So यहाँ से आपका call जाएगा constructor पे, z will be 30, and when you are giving call to print, it will be 10, 20 and 30. So the first line is 10, 20 and 30. Next you are giving call to obj.x plus plus, मतलब x का वैल्यू आपने इंक्रीमेंट किया है यहाँ पे. x is public. x is public. So you are directly accessing the value of x here. You are directly accessing the data member x. अगर ये private होता तो can you access it? No. But ये public है, so you can directly access it. Just do it plus plus. So 10 plus 1 कितना हुआ 11. So x का वैल्यू कितना है 11. Then I'm giving call to obj increment y. You can see increment y में मैंने लिखा है y plus plus. I'm just incrementing the value of y. Fine. So y का value कितना था 20, कितना हुआ 21. Then my control is coming on to obj.z plus plus. Z is what? Again a public member. I'm just incrementing the value. So कितना हुआ 30 plus 1, 31. Then I'm giving call to obj1.print. Now what are the new values of x, y and z? So new values of x, y and z are 11, 21 and 31. So those values are printed. Then I'm giving call to obj2. obj2 I'm giving call. Now obj2 को जब आप call दोगे तो z का value वापस से कितना हो रहा है 30, because constructor call होगा. And when you are giving call to print, what it will print? The value for x was 11, the value for y was 21, but the value for z after this is 30. So it will be 30. I will demonstrate this. I will show you. I'm taking one class here. I will just try to write it here. I'll take one variable, integer a. Right. C in a. In name, dot input. Now this is the normal function, normal member function. I will just take the value of a and I will just print it. Let's execute it. So I will take 5. It will show me 5. Fine. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, normal member function लिया है, a normal data member लिया है. Now I will make this as in static. I will define it here,
Data type is integer. This is your static variable. And this is a definition. So data type I will write, class name I will write, scope resolution, name of my variable is A, and I will just initialize with some value 100. So this is definition. Okay, done. Now let's try to execute this code. This is my static variable now. I have just defined it, but I am trying to access it through the normal member function. No need for cin now. Okay, right? See, this value is printed here. You can see static I did. I had initialized it here, and with the help of this input, I'm just accessing that value. Accessing in the sense I'm just printing it out. So it is giving me the result as in 100. This code is visible, all of you?
Yes.
Is it visible? Okay. So
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can see when a variable it is giving me a reference to A. Class name, scope resolution A. This is mandatory, huh? Fine. Static variable accessing. Let's try it now. But still it is not working. The meaning is you must have to declare it inside the class if you're making it as a parameter of the class, but it should be defined outside the class. Remember, मैंने जो आपको 3 rules बताए कि it should be defined, it should be declared in the class, it should be defined, it must be defined outside the class. But यहाँ पे मैंने define का concept यहाँ पे comment कर दिया and I'm trying to define it here. But it is giving me an error because I'm going against the rule. Is it okay? So this was the rule that I need to follow. This is not valid. Rather, I must have to define it outside the class with the help of an scope resolution operator. One rule is clear. Next. Now I will add here one function void increment. Fine. And what I will do now, I will try to make this as a static function. So I will make it as a static and I will just put here a plus plus. And this function, I will rename it as a display. I will rename it as a display. What I did, I'm having one static variable. Now, one normal member function, which is just for displaying the value. Static member function, which is going to increment the value. And this is a definition. And these are just the calling. So, यहाँ से मैं call भी देना पड़ेगा मुझे. I will just give a call. I will give a call obj dot. It is showing me increment. I will give here. And after that also I will execute this display. So display.
See, the first time when it is executed, the control is going to display initialization कितना था 100. So control is coming here. Initialization के बाद 100 value print हुआ. Then you are giving call to increment. मतलब static में control गया and you are accessing or increment the value of a static variable and the incremented value is printed again with the help of a display. So it is 101. So I can say my second rule, that is a variable, static variable need to be accessed with the static member function only. So that is also a valid here. But इसके पहले जब मैंने इसको normal function रखा था इसके previous example में, तो उसने मुझे क्या दिया था? Display static. Okay. Here, make it as a constant. See, I told you, I forgot actually, sorry. So static is what I told you. It is nothing but it will play with the storage of the variable. Fine. Matlab memory allocation will not change for a variable. And when I'm talking about, actually I messed up those two concepts here in the example. So constant is what? Constant is whatever value you are assigned, that value will not get modified. If you wanted to do that thing along with the storage, what you will do, you will use in static and constant. अगर आप simple constant use करोगे, so it will be a type qualifier. That means the value of that variable will be constant. It will not be modified. Fine. So for this reason, you can see मैंने यहाँ पे constant जब apply किया, and when I'm trying to get that values, that is modify that value, it is giving me an error. अब यहाँ पे I will comment this. I will just take here some value, maybe 500. Now in this example, you can see I have just initialized this value A 500 and this A is a constant. Now what do you mean by constant? A का value 500 है, you cannot modify it. जब आपने उसको static बोला, A का value 500 है, you cannot modify it, and storage allocation जो हुआ है static, that storage cannot be also modified. Is it okay? So that is the meaning of static and constant. So when I try to modify it with the help of an increment, you can see it is giving me an error because value I tried to modify. And what if I'm removing this? I'll just save it. Control R. Execute. Okay. इसको क्या हुआ? Just a minute. Why it is not getting accessed? Start.
मैम वो क्लास ए में कैसे मॉडिफाई कर पाएगा?
किसमें मैंने स्टैटिक मेंबर फंक्शन लिखा है बट आई डोंट नो क्या हुआ इस
बट उस क्लास के मेंबर फंक्शन उसको एक्सेस नहीं कर पाएंगे ना स्टैटिक मतलब
दिस इज द स्टैटिक वन ना स्टैटिक
Yes,
फंक्शन को स्टैटिक वेरिएबल को स्टैटिक फंक्शन एक्सेस कर सकता है।
मैम वो
मैम बट
कॉन्स्ट
आपने
कीवर्ड
define
इसकी
नहीं
वजह
किया,
से हो
मैंने
रहा है।
बाहर कर दिया।
कहाँ कहाँ सॉरी।
मैम स्टैटिक का जो रूल है ना मैम,
हाँ
स्टैटिक कांस्टेंट जो है उसको मैं बाहर डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा मैम क्लास के आगे है देखो।
नो नीड, कांस्टेंट है ना, कांस्टेंट है तो यहाँ डिफाइन कर सकती हूँ मैं, बट अगर स्टैटिक है तो इट मस्ट बी डिफाइन आप। ये यहाँ पे रिपीटेड हो गया ना एक चीज, इसको एक्सेस बोल रहा है, तो इट इज अ रीड ओनली वेरिएबल।
मैम कांस्टेंट को हम इंक्रीमेंट कर पाएंगे? हमने ऊपर डिफाइन कांस्टेंट किया था ना मैम, स्टैटिक इंट है।
Scope resolution, it will show A.
मैम हमने ए को कांस्टेंट डिक्लेयर किया है ना मैम, तो फिर ए
वैल्यू
को फिर
चेंज
इंक्रीमेंट
नहीं
नहीं कर
होगा।
पाएगा ना।
हाँ हाँ
हाँ
हाँ
मैम।
हाँ हाँ, very good. So wait, when I'm doing it here now, this is constant. Fine. So the meaning of that's what I wanted to tell you about static and constant. अगर मैंने constant define किया, so I cannot modify the value of the variable. If you have assigned it 500, you cannot modify it. Fine. Sorry for this. मैं confused हो गई दोनों में. The static is about the storage allocation. Whatever the allocation is done, I'm talking about the address of that variable. Okay. So जो कोई भी आपने allocate किया है, that is maybe 2 bytes of memory is getting allocated for that particular variable A. That will be static for this variable A. It cannot be used by the another variable. And this memory will remain for that variable until the end of this code. Within that particular execution, that memory which is allocated for A will not be accessed by another variable. Is it okay? So now you can see, like we have defined here static, and this is my variable A. When I'm saying it, I cannot modify the value. Fine. So when I'm taking any function, increment function, मैं बस उसको print कर सकती हूँ. I was trying to do this, but yes, I cannot modify this value. Why? Because it is a constant variable which I had defined. Okay, thank you. So this is, I cannot modify the value. This cannot be possible, not possible. Fine. But you can access the value. अगर आपको access करना है, you can simply access it. तो आप ये कहाँ यूज कर सकते हो? When you wanted to print, like the counting the number of students, counting the number of employees in a particular thing. So that kind of application you can do with the help of this kind of coding. आप एक variable ले सकते हो count, you can initialize it with, and then you can do it. But when you are defining that variable as a constant, you cannot modify it. So in that case, आपको constant निकालना पड़ेगा. You can make it as a static only, like this. Static integer count, and you can initialize that here. Integer A, scope resolution count is equals to maybe 0. And in somewhere, यहाँ तो नहीं कर सकते आप, but यहाँ पे what you can do, count, this is valid, count plus plus. Why? Because that is not the constant. This is not the constant. So this is valid. Fine. अगर आप इसको display करोगे, single lecture also. See out. क्या हुआ? Oh, now you can see, हमने डिस्प्ले को कॉल किया सबसे पहले, तो डिस्प्ले में ए चला, ए का वैल्यू कितना था 500 प्रिंट हुआ. काउंट का वैल्यू कितना है यहाँ पे 0. दिस इज अ कांस्टेंट वेरिएबल एंड दिस इज माय सिंपल स्टैटिक वेरिएबल. इसका वैल्यू है 0. देन आई अगेन गिव अ कॉल टू इंक्रीमेंट, सो इंक्रीमेंट से कंट्रोल यहाँ आया, काउंट का वैल्यू +1 हुआ. फाइन. सो 0 + 1 हुआ, एंड देन ए का वैल्यू whatever the value of A was. मैंने उसका value increment नहीं किया because it is a constant one. So I cannot modify that value. So when I tried to again display it with the help of display, It is showing me the incremented value of count because it is a simple static variable, and a same value for a because it is the constant variable. I will share this with you. Fine, you will get it. A simple trial for your static and static constant variable. Have you understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I will share this code with you. A simple example of this, I tried to add here static constant variable and static variable. Remember, static variable का value आप change कर सकते हो. Fine, its lifetime will be throughout this class only, this code only. Constant का value you cannot modify. When we talk about constant, it is type qualifier. That means the value of the variable cannot be changed. It will be constant throughout your code. Static, you can modify the value by using a static member function only. It needs to be defined outside the class, and it is going to allocate a static storage for the variable. It is not like value cannot change. That will be occur when we are talking about the constant. So don't get confused between constant and static. It is related to the storage and it is related to the value. That's it. Okay. So I will share this. The other things I have already shared with you. Only this code I will share now. Fine. And some sample codes on static and constant also I will share. And then we will start with the second unit. See, probably second unit we will take it like we will just upload the videos. We just go through the videos of second unit, and once after uploading, we will have one session on the discussion of the video which you had watched. So, अगर आपको कुछ doubt है, you can clear your doubts in that particular video, in that particular lecture. Okay. So from next unit, we'll try to avoid this online lecture. Instead, we will cover this through the videos, and that we will upload in the Google Classroom or might be on your drive. Okay, so you can leave for now. Thank you.
Ma'am, where will you share this code?
I will share it no onto your Google group only, जैसे अभी तक share किया है. मैंने अभी तक सारा आपको share किया है. You can check it out. Have you checked your email?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
Group-
why don't you make a Google Classroom?
Sorry.
Your voice is not audible. Let me take the attendance. Don't leave. People are leaving. Okay, yes, what you were talking?
Ma'am, why don't you make Google Classroom so that it will be easy for you?
I said no just now. I said just now that we are in the process. मैंने अभी बोला आपको शायद I was not audible. I don't know. We are going to upload all these things in the Google Classroom also.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you so much.
A minute ago only I said that the videos of unit 2 and the first unit contents also we are going to share. अभी आपके लिए करंटली वो गूगल ग्रुप पे भी शेयर किया है इफ यू आर अवेयर अबाउट इट ओके
Yes, ma'am.
थैंक यू ओके